Hello boys and girls, today I am going to paint in my mask, and if you notice some of my things curled up a little, which I'm not quite sure I like, so my horns. So I'm going to go ahead and paint this in. You can mix paint. My goat is going to have mostly brown. So if you notice when I'm painting this, that the paint needs to be really rubbed in to the gray to cover it up. And you might have to dab in some areas to fill in those spaces. Now if you want, you can create some shades and tints of colors to give it more dimension or to make it look more realistic. So I'm going to go ahead and just paint this whole mask in. You don't want to paint the back side, you're only going to paint the front. I mean, if you get some on the back, that's okay. But you want to try to fill in all of those spaces. So sometimes it helps to pick it up a little so that you can see a little better. But I'm just going to go ahead and paint in my mask. Now when I'm mixing my black right on my ear to make it a darker brown. You can mix it in your palette or you can mix it right on here. When you are done with the color, wash your brush so it's nice and clean, and you might want to switch to a smaller brush depending on what area you are painting. Now something will happen if I get too close to my color that I already started painting, if it's still wet and not dry. So it might start, as you can see a little bit here, mixing with your other color. So if you don't want that to happen, don't work near the paint where it's wet. Work in another area until that paint is dry. If you are mixing another color in the tray, make sure you are mixing enough of that color for the area that you are painting, because it's hard to go back then and create that exact same color if you don't have enough paint. You must paint every single front part of your mask. You should not have any of the gray showing. So here where I am doing gray for my horn of my goat, I am painting over the gray with a different color gray. For when you're doing details, you should really wait until this paint is dry, otherwise it's going to start mixing. So I should not technically be painting these on here yet, because as you can see as I'm painting, it's starting to mix with that white and brown and tan I created, which I do not want that to happen. So I think I'm going to stop here, wait for it to dry, and then I'm going to go and finish and add in these details. Have fun, boys and girls.